project done by me, Kazema Mohammed,
And me, Mustafa Wilson.
and we're presenting the Awesome Team name. That's our team name. The deliverables, this is kind of how we split up the work amongst our team. So I was in charge of creating the breadboard and the initial idea of how everything was going to come together. And one of our group members, SK, was the one that actually designed the line prototype model and the front end of the web app.
Logan was responsible for the firmware and the front end of the project, and I was responsible for the breadboard and testing the code.
And then we kind of had to split up the project in 4 little stages. So you had to identify the problem, which the AEP needed a prototype to measure the sag based on the temperature, wind speeds, to measure from like safe like line usage to like stressed to trigger an alert. And then we kind of broke it down to the prototype, where we split the prototype in 2, the actual alert system and the actual breadboard that was going to measure everything. And then step 3 was going to be the actual alert and monitoring system, testing out the code, seeing how things were working, seeing what was not working on the breadboard. And then step 4 was refining the prototype, and that's just reducing clutter, making things easier for us on our end. The product research, how we kind of came to this conclusion, was that the base wire was at 70 degrees, like for room temperature Fahrenheit. And then with the pedometer, we kept increasing the voltage until the wire started stressing out. We calculated 18 volts, but we saw it smoking around 12 volts. So in our code, we have it set to when it reaches 10 volts, go into that yellow zone to show that it's kind of at like a critical state. The camera turns on, we can monitor, see what's going on with that little small beep. However, if it goes to 12 volts or above, it goes to like a red LED light and has like a loud constant buzzing to say like, hey, this is like a serious situation. We have to take a look to monitor what's going on with the line.
So how our product makes an impact. Firstly, our system detects when a line is moving from a safe status to a stress status. So it gives an early warning before things get dangerous with the yellow light. So any overheating, smoking, or failure occurs, you'll get a warning. Secondly, we have remote alerts, LEDs, buzzers, and a camera system. So it'll help AEP monitor what's happening on a line. And then third, it's able to catch these conditions early, so it's able to prevent any damage to equipment. It prevents outages, and it reduces the amount of cost to maintenance.